Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Today's a bonus video and it's going to be super chatty. We're going to have lots to talk about, but I am pretty much going to tell you about my trip to Kansas and my plans and goals going forward. And we're going to stuff some money into some challenges today. So pretty much what happens, we came under budget by like $300, which is amazing. But that money has to go back into other challenges, and that's what we're going to do today. So it looks very chaotic, but I promise it will start to look a little less chaotic as we go through the video. But anyways, guys, if you're new here, my name is Jen. I'm a teacher in Texas, and I love saving for all the things. I save as much money as possible, as often, in little increments that I can. All right, guys, so let's just go ahead and jump into the video. So today we are going to do many things. We're going to stuff the extra money, and I'll explain why it's all these ones here in a minute. We're going to go over the update to my coin challenge. So today's June 1st. I've been back for about a week, but I had not paid April and May's coin challenge. So that's what this is. It came out to like $73.81. So I'm going to put this in the coin jar. The goal with the coins, pretty much what we're doing is I'm just putting them in a big jug, and then eventually I'll cash those in. I'm just doing my extra change from shopping. I'm trying to do the coin challenge and just different things like that. I don't know when I'll cash it in, but I'm just saving coins doing that. It's a big 5-gallon jug from, I don't know, like Sparklets. And I'm just putting coins in there, and eventually I'll exchange it out, but we're not there yet. So let's talk about the money. So we have $300 here today. And so what I did is I went to the bank and I was like, hey, because I had like a lot of 20s and 10s, and I was like, I want to exchange this all for 5s and 1s because I wanted to see what I would get, you know? And that's what I did. I'm not going to count it for you because it's real chaotic, but it came out to 185 in 5s and 115 in 1s. So I'm not counting it for you. You're just going to have to take my word for it and see it get stuffed into different things today. So I added some stickers to my box. So what we're going to do, I think we're going to save some for travel, and then we're going to dip into my challenges that really don't see much action. But first, let's do the special bucks. So this month I decided I am going to go ahead. I went through all that money they gave me, and there was only one star note. So we have a $5 star note that will go into the randomizer. Maybe I'll get some more before the end of the month. I'm not sure. We will see. So anyways, that one is done. Okay, next up, we got a ton of F-Bucks. I swear I get more F-Bucks than I do K-Bucks, and I live in the Dallas area. And it was really funny. I kept trying to get J-Bucks in Kansas. So, because, you know, I was in Kansas City, and I was like, ooh, I should be able to get some J-Bucks here. So I was giving like 20s trying to get change back, and I got like 2 J-Bucks. I was so disappointed. But let's see how many F-Bucks are going into our flights today. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. So 30 going into the flight fund. This will be slightly out of order from the Savings Challenge Sunday video, but it's just the F-Bucks that's out of order. So you don't have to worry about that too much. Okay, next. That being said, guys, I actually got 2 iBucks from the bank. So that's exciting because now I'm no longer saving iBucks for Ireland. I am saving iBucks for Greece. So those are going in there. I did get some G-Bucks. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 G-Bucks going into the Greece box. Uh-oh. This one's a narrower like opening. So, all right. So those are in there to be seen later. And I think that's it for the box right now. We'll come back to it shortly. Oh, let's put these coins because these coins are part of the 78.81 that I had to take out in coins. I thought my bank was going to lose it. They were like, how many in coins? And I was like, yeah, I know, 78.81. So that was fun. Okay, anyway. Now, let's talk about Kansas. So Kansas was a ton of fun. We, it was way more fun than I was anticipating, if I'm going to be honest with you. We got up at 3:15 in the morning and we left and we drove from the Dallas area, like an hour past Dallas, to Kansas, Lawrence, Kansas to be exact. And it took about 8.5 hours to get there. So it was a long drive, but it was really, it was fun. It was very, very, it was just a fun little drive. We always have a good time road tripping. But the night before, we actually had tornadoes on the ground. So that was quite crazy. We've had a lot of tornado action weather going on in our area. But we drove to Kansas and we went and met up with one of his family members, their house, and they were having like a barbecue potluck style type lunch. It was absolutely gorgeous. They kind of live in like the countryside of Kansas, which when I think of Kansas, I think of countryside all the time, and then Kansas City, but really beautiful. And then that evening we were pretty tired, so we went back to our hotel. Zach got some Kansas City barbecue, the burnt ends, and then I got a potato because you guys know I'm vegetarian, so I got a really cool baked potato that was quite delicious. They put the seasoning on the outside that was really good. And then the next day was a little bit busier. All right, but let me go ahead and count some more money. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got $4 in J-Bucks. And the next day was quite busy. So we went and drove around to the various places that his family members are like buried, and paid honor and tribute to that. And then then we went over to another one of his family members. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. He has such a huge family. I can't keep track if this was a cousin, a second cousin, an aunt, an uncle. I don't know whose house it was, but this house was absolutely gorgeous. It was in the Missouri part of Kansas City. I mean, it was absolutely stunning. It was like a gated community. And I'm going to tell you, it was really interesting. Like super fancy. I don't live that fancy style life. So it was really fun kind of being there in this neighborhood, seeing these gorgeous houses. Like they took our name. We had to like RSVP because they had to put a guest list in the front. I've never been on a guest list before. So that was really cool. And technically my name wasn't on the guest list. It was my mother-in-law, but still, either way. So that was really good. And come to find out, this neighborhood, his cousin, uncle, aunt, I don't know how he's related to them. There were so many people, guys. I felt so lost. I was like, gosh, there's cousins, there's second cousins, there's great aunts, there's grandparents, there's third cousins. There was so much going on. I could barely keep up, but it was still so much fun. But anyways, come to find out, like this guy's neighbor's Patrick Mahomes. So that was kind of cool. And it was just a really, really beautiful neighborhood. Well, then after that, we went to downtown Kansas City, and we went to the symphony that had like the Memorial Day music for the different military branches, and they had like the cannon salutes and fireworks. It was an amazing show. It was so good. But let me tell you all a story about that in just a second. But let's go ahead and jump into these challenges so I'm not just sitting here talking and boring you. So here's one thing I learned about Kansas, folks. And I mean this with much love, guys, if you're from Kansas or Missouri, because technically we were in the Missouri side of Kansas City. Y'all don't play. So there was lightning everywhere. And I mean, I come from when it lightnings, stuff gets shut down. Like, oh, we got to take a break until lightning stops. No, there's lightning storms all around us. And we were just carrying on, like nothing was going on. And I was like, there's lightning in the sky. Aren't y'all like the least bit concerned about, lightning? And then I was sitting here thinking, I was like, we're next to a symphony where they have these tubas and trombones that are giant lightning rods. And we're next to the flagpole, which was a giant lightning rod. And all I'm thinking is I'm surrounded by lightning. And these Kansas folks were just like, yeah, whatever. It's no big deal. That's just a Tuesday here. And I mean, so that was really kind of funny and entertaining. And I was like, well, I guess if they're not worried, I'm not going to be worried. All right, we're going to put $16 into this one today. I was like, well, if they're not going to be worried, then I guess I'm not going to be worried because, I mean, Okay, no big deal there. So anyways, obviously Kansas and Missouri folk don't really get worried about storms, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so in the Munich, and also remember this is multiple challenges. So it's not just Munich, it's my randomizer and other things. So let's see how much we have saved from Munich so far. I have 20, 40, 60, 85, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $108. So yeah, this fund has more than just this savings challenge. This savings challenge is one of mine and it saves $85. So anyways, that was quite entertaining to witness, like people not being fearful that lightning striking all around us. I mean, that was kind of like, okay, whatever, to each their own. I'm going to act like I'm not worried about it. All right, so in this one, we're going to color this 25. But that was a lot of fun. So then we got back to our hotel probably about, 11, maybe a little bit later, because we had to walk to the parking garage and all that good stuff. And we went to the hotel. And then we woke up the next morning, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And, it was Memorial Day the next morning. And that was the day that his great-grandfather, now this one I do know, his great-grandfather was getting a brick at the World War I museum. All right, so let's go ahead and count how much we have saved for the October trip. Again, don't forget this one is also a randomizer and other money. So this is just how much we have saved altogether. So I have 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60, 75, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have $279 so far. So that was really cool to kind of like witness that. And so the museums, let's talk about the museum. Oh my gosh, the museum was beautiful. I cannot recommend the National World War I Museum enough. It was so beautiful and so well done, and it was so educational, and I just loved it. All right, so this one, guys, we're going to go ahead and start this one today for the grease box. So whatever I scratch, I'll just automatically put into the grease box. But so it was so beautiful, and I love the way they did it because, World War I's not just U.S. history, of course. We entered that war quite late for how long it was going on before we actually entered it. But what they did is, so you walk into the museum, and it was Memorial Day, so they had some Vietnam vets like sitting out there with a helicopter, and I don't know the exact name of the helicopter. I'm so sorry. My husband would know that. But so we got to experience that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was really cool. And we sat in that, talked to them, visited with them, and that was a lot of fun. And then we walked in, and then they had the 140 flag for the soldiers that lose their lives to suicide every week. So that was real solemn, and just, that was just an honor to those that are struggling with that battle. And then we walk in, and there's a poppy field, and I didn't really realize this, but like poppies signify World War I. So I thought that was really cool. And then we went to the museum. So anyways, you walk in, you see a video, and it talks about the build up to the war. Like, why did World War I happen? And don't worry, I'm not going to go into all of that here. I'm going to spare you guys the history lecture. But long story short, it's a lot. But then it goes all the way until the end of the video, and it's about a 12-minute long video, and it went into the assassination of the Archduke. And then it went black, and then it went down and explained everything that happened after that assassination and what started the war. Well, it was just the European part of the war, which was quite, interesting. Well, then you go through all the artifacts and you walk through, and that was amazing. It showed like they had some trenches and just all sorts of things just to show you the history. The pew-pews and all of that, right? So then you go into this next video, and it's about the U.S. entry to the war and like what caused us to enter the war. And you leave that video, and it's all about the U.S. entry to the war. And that was, really fascinating because it had like all the vintage posters of the war bonds, all of the uniforms. They had planes. They had all the U-boats that had been sunk, by the Germans. It was just a lot. It was really fascinating. Well, then he went to the last part, and it was the end of the war and pretty much the rise of Hitler, because World War I is going to ultimately lead to World War II. Am I right? So it was just really good and really well done. So, and then after that, we realized it was like 1:30. All right, so what I'm gonna do on this one, guys, before I keep going into storytelling, I'm just gonna roll a die, and that's gonna determine how many I save, because I'm actually quite behind in this one. This one is, of course, Saving by Judy, and I'm just gonna roll, and we're gonna see how many we're gonna save today. We're gonna save 2. So anyways, and we're just gonna keep rotating through savings challenges, the ones that I'm doing today. So anyways, we go to the ceremony, the brick ceremony, and that, guys, was, I mean, I cannot even, I feel so grateful that I got to witness something like that, because it was so beautiful and so amazing. Like, so pretty much it was everybody that bought a brick the past year, they do this ceremony on Memorial Day. And it could be any branch in the military. It doesn't have to be World War I. Now, my husband's grandfather was, in fact, World War I, but, which is what the museum's for. But at the end of the day, it could be about anybody that's a veteran, have a brick. So they went through and they did the ceremony. It was really cool. Like, they started off with the junior ROTC, did the, you know, the color guard and the, that, and then we had somebody do the pledge, and then this girl who could sing, like, oh my goodness, did the national anthem. And I mean, she did it without any help. Like, she was amazing. She did such a good job. She's going places. We're gonna put 40 in this one today. So anyways, so there was that. And then this retired general got up and started talking. I mean, and the whole time I was thinking, because he was like, I mean, when I say this guy clearly probably knows something, it was like he was part of like research, and he worked at the Pentagon, and like all these different titles and all this crazy stuff. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I mean, wild stuff going on with this general. He did a whole speech about the museum and honoring the vets and all this type of stuff. And then what they did, and this was really cool, is they did the slideshow of everybody that was getting a brick. And like I said, it could be anybody, any veteran could get a brick. But they would do the little poppy wreath for the World War I. So that was really cool. It was just a really cool ceremony to witness. I mean, I just really enjoyed my time in Kansas City. I was delightfully like surprised by how amazing the museum was. Okay. So anyways, long story short, if you're ever in Kansas City, you really have to go to the World War I museum. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, guys. So here's what I've decided to do on this one. This was originally going to be for something else, but I decided we're going to go ahead and put this towards Munich. And this one I have to make up for the 25. So we're going to put 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we're going to go ahead and put the 25 in here in the Munich envelope. And that's what we're going to do. And I'll bill exchange all this later. Okay. So yeah, that was just really amazing. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, let's talk about what I'm doing here. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just rotating through some savings challenges. I just randomly picked some savings challenges to put this money into, and what my plans are, because, so it's June 1st, right? So one of the things that I have to start really thinking about is sinking funds for 2025. And because I do summer school, and my money for summer school is extra, and it will typically, you know, go to pay whatever I need. So like my dog shots, my trips, other things we might be saving for. And I decided what I was going to go ahead and do is just go through these, and then we were going to go into my lesser saved challenges, but I have to have a plan. So, you know, about how am I going to pay for these trips? Like, how are we going to save? Make sure we have plenty of money. I mean, Ireland's good to go. But now it's like making sure we save for everything else, which is the October cruise, Munich, and then of course Greece in the summer, plus dog shots and just cat shots, all the stuff that we have to save for. So that's what I decided that we would go ahead and put this money towards to save for it. Now, that being said, I definitely think at the end of this month, before we go to Ireland, I'm getting a lot of this cash out of the house. So I'm probably going to go through the challenges that have quite a bit of money, and I'm probably going to put prop money in and put this money in the bank. I just feel like that's the right thing to do. So here's where we're at now. So I was like, okay, so let's try to plan how we're going to pay for these trips. Like I said, Ireland is good, but I think, so the October trip, I'm not necessarily too worried about that one because it is a cruise. So like our room and food is paid for. We do have to have whatever money we want to use in port, parking, and then if we want to do the drink package or not, we haven't really quite decided to pay for that. So for the most part, I'm not too worried about money for that. I feel pretty good about my randomizer, and then the savings challenge I do have for that. I feel like that's going to be plenty of money. So I think we're going to be okay there. The next one on it is Munich. And while Munich, we used miles for our flights and points for our room, we still have to have spending money there. And it's the euro, right? So it's a pretty strong currency. And I'm thinking we're going to be there for about 6 days. So I'm thinking I want to try to at least have 3,000 saved. I think we might be okay with that. So my plan is that the challenges I have currently going, the randomizer, and then what I'm going to do is we are going to go ahead and do this envelope challenge that I started it for Kansas, but we're back from Kansas. And so now I think we're just going to go ahead and do a few pages of this every month. So that way we can save, and then with whatever I save, I think we'll be in good shape for that. So that's kind of the plan for that. And then Greece, well guys, I'm just doing everything I can to save for that one. But I was thinking this 50 envelope challenge, the Greece, the Germany challenge, and then the randomizer, I probably will get enough for that one, I'm hoping. So let's go ahead and do 3 pages of this 50 envelope challenge. Excuse me. And I think that's what we're going to do here. So, and then we're going to just start the rotation over again and see where the money goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I don't really have any complaints. I'm quite happy. I really did just have such a great time in Kansas. And I guess I really thought I wasn't going to because, you know, you hear so many like negative things about, you know, oh, it's Kansas. And I had such a good time. Like, I really did. Kansas was so much fun. And I'm so glad I went because I really did try to get out of it. If I'm going to be honest here, I really did try to get out of it. Our dog sitter, I'm pretty satisfied with her. We're going to try one other dog sitter out and see how she goes. But, you know, I really did like the dog sitter. Okay. And let's do this last page. And then that'll be good for this month. But I figured this would help if I do a page of the, like a few pages of these, or whenever I have extra money like this. If I did this, I think we'll be in pretty good shape for that. But yeah, at the end of the month with the randomizer, I'm gonna have some prop money ready to go, even if I just write some numbers on some sheets and notebook paper. So that way I can take that money to the bank and just kind of get it out of the house. All right, so, okay, so this one, we've done 3 pages in here. And so next month, or I guess really this month, I'll do some more pages when I get paid. I don't know. Okay, so this one's done. And I guess we're just gonna go through the rotation again and see where the money, oh, you know what? That's not true. That's not what I was planning on doing. Okay, I think we're good with those challenges for today. So we're gonna go ahead and put those up until next time. And what I wanna go ahead and do, you guys know I'm trying to finish all these challenges I bought. We're gonna go through my binders that really just don't get used very often. And we're just gonna put some money in these challenges. So the first one's gonna be the sushi roll. So this is the last sushi roll I have for Lisa Grateful Me. And let's see how much we're gonna save. We're gonna save $4. And I think that's what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start trying to rotate through these a little bit more frequently, because right now I do my animal binder and I do my other binder, but these binders need to be used too. All right, so $4 going into this one. Okay. Next one is Hop In Budget with Bunny. I think we're gonna go ahead and do this one as a roll and save as well. So let's see. $1 going into this one. So I might just start rotating these two, because if I'm gonna do all these challenges, I've got to finish them. All right, so next up we have the barbecue scratch and save. Look how cute this one is. So I actually won this one from Madeline when I first started saving, like budget, my YouTube budget journey, and I'm just not doing it. So that tells you how many challenges I have. I can't even start them all. So let's do this one. So the very first number is $5, and it's also on the back, and it looks like the numbers are 1 through 5. So let's roll a die and see how much we're gonna save on the back. All right, is there a 3? There's a 3 right here. So let's go ahead and save $3 on the back. 2, 3. Okay, excellent. All right. Oh, Beckna's getting restless. All right, so that one started. Next up is the weather fund. See, I have it for like my garden with my garden piggies. On this one, I do have each icon set as 5, which I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep. So let's go ahead and save $5. I'm gonna go let Vecna out real fast because he's whining. I'll be right back. Okay. I needed to let him out. I didn't want him, I don't know. Okay, so on this one, let's just go ahead and save this little snowflake. And yeah, let's just get this one started. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this one. I was like, you know, let's start actually rotating through these lower budget challenges because they have got to get finished too. All right, so next up we do have Lisa Grateful Me, the Hello Kitty challenge, and there's another one right behind it. So let's go ahead and do $5. This is of course gonna be for Japan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's just save another kitty. And that way I can, you know, keep saving for my goals here. Because again, this isn't going to be until like 2026, but I believe in saving early and often, as you guys know. So much easier to save $5 now than $500 the week of. Okay. All right, next up is the house fund. So this one, I think what I'm gonna do, let's just go ahead and put $5 into this one. I do think this one's gonna start kind of being, I might do this one as a sinking fund on the paydays, but right now I don't have to. 1, 2, 4, 5. I might start putting this one into the randomizer, because the reason why I want this one is because we're gonna need a new oven, so I need to start actually putting money towards this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is one of those sinking funds I'm talking about. Like, it's time to start the sinking funds over again, and an oven is definitely one of them. All right, guys, next up is this medical deductible. So I am trying to max out my HSA. And starting next year, I'll do the maximum amount allowed by the IRS, but I did not do that this year, so I need to catch this up. So let's do a roll through this. And I'm gonna show you the sticker. Look at the sticker. It's the guinea pig on the T-Rex. And the little face of determination. My little Buttercup used to always make that face. Like she was determined to do what she was gonna do. Okay, we'll start here. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to put $10 in today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's wonderful. So let's go ahead and color it. We'll just kind of color it pink. And I'll just keep rotating through. And then whenever this gets finished, I'm just going to automatically deposit the money into my HSA so we can max that out this year. Because it rolls over, which is awesome. And I can save that for retirement. Okay, so $10, or if I get sick, because you never know, I could get really sick and need the money. Okay, so $10 going into this one. And I guess we'll put $3 into the star here. 1, 2, 3. And I guess we'll start the rotation over again. I was going to go into my other binder, but I think we'll save that for... Well, no, that one's full of $2 challenges. We'll do that. Okay, so we put some money into this binder, so that's great. These are started, which is the goal. Because I got to start these challenges if I'm going to finish these challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like... I was watching Golden Girl Budgets, and I just love what she does, that she saves for that, for her Etsy gift card, and then she has it all year to buy. I might do that next year. All right, guys, so the first one we're going to do, that's up, and this one is the retirement fund. So this is $2 that I'm going to put into the retirement fund, and I'm going to use this to buy extra stock as soon as it's done. And so we'll just put $2 into this one because part of my retirement plan is dividend stocks. So, all right, so we'll just put you right in here, and that one started. And the good thing about these guys is I can rotate these in for my mini Mondays. So that's one of the reasons why I had not started this one yet, because I was just going to rotate them in. But I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and get it started, and then I can rotate them in if I need to. All right, so $2 going into the winter fund, which winter is so far gone now. All right, master's program. So I do need to start saving for my classes that will occur at the first of the year. I have the money to pay for my classes this year, thanks to summer school and all that good stuff. But I got to start saving for the classes for next year. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll just do $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have the $2, you know, also to do for the mini Mondays if I need to. Okay. Anniversary fund. Let's go ahead and just color these flags. We don't really have any plans for our anniversary this year because it's on Labor Day, so we'll probably end up barbecuing and having people over. And also we are traveling a lot in the next year, so yeah, we don't really have to do anything. So this might get randomized when it's done, or it might not. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Okay, so we have this one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have so many ones. It's kind of fun saving all of these. So on this next one, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm skipping because I meant to put this in my Christmas binder because these are European Christmas markets. So we're going to skip this one because this needs to go on my Christmas binder. Cart maintenance. So eventually I'm going to need new tires. So fortunately it's not right now because we did just get them a couple years ago, but eventually it is going to happen. So we'll put $5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what we're going to do. With this one. Car insurance fund. House maintenance. We're going to skip on these for right now. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do is let's just go ahead and loop back through that other binder that doesn't get much love and do this one. Mostly, the only reason why I'm doing that is because those others, I don't really have to save for those yet. So we're going to wait. All right, so $5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This video is a little bit longer than my usual videos, so if you're still sticking around, I greatly appreciate you. Let's see what we roll. You know what? Let's just not do that. Let's not end up in an IOU. So let's go ahead and put this one on the bunny so I know where to start next time we come back into this binder. There we go. Put you right there. And let's just go ahead and do my catch-all. Let's play it safe because I don't know when I'll get back in there, and I'd rather play it safe. And put some money in this one. All right, I got $3 going into this one today, so we'll just go ahead and color the 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know, I might move another $2 fund into this one. Who knows what I'm gonna do. Okay, so anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thanks for spending some time with me today so I can save some money and some challenges and start some challenges and all that good stuff. But I'll talk more about my plan later. July, I'm going to really start focusing on those sinking funds. So in this one, I have 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $29. I still got to do some math though, because I need to figure out like how much do I need for each sinking fund to make sure we have a proper plan. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it. My next video will be tomorrow, Savings Challenge Sunday. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye.